After the field goal, here's Tavecchio to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Carson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for. Now they'll try to convert on third. Here's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty who got a hand in there to break that one up. They'll run here with Singletary, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking him for that much space to rumble. Caught on the right side by Jones. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Allen. Wide open receiver, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down. Allen now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And now another one thrown incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And they add on to their first quarter lead. It's now 13-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive. Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6? Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter.
13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Allen now looks to throw. This is Reese on the ground. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the 17, Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got nothing.
On 1st down, it's Carson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 22, Mike 22. Let's pick it up. It's out.
From the gun, it's Wilson.
Let's get off the field.
That escapes the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Micah Hyde comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On the delay, here's Carson. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he finds Penny. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Now on 2nd and 16. Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Allen now to throw on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Returnable for Lockett. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. With them losing here in the 2nd quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
A 55-yard attempt.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now. That's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Singletary to get the drive started. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check, watch it go.
On 2nd and 9, Allen, blitz coming, and down he goes. K.J. Wright, his 2nd sack of the night.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. Allen now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Now a run with Singletary. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. On first down, Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they run it here. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 3rd down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some good games starting in the early window on Sunday, and one of the big ones features the New England Patriots.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Allen. And that will be incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
On the mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They run again with Carson.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be found.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Now it's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
To Seattle now, ready to march onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Here's Wilson, fighting to stay upright. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Matt Milano drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. $51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Allen to throw once more. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got the artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
To throw is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They run it with Carson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal.
A 32-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They go right back to Singletary. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Allen. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. He sets up the screen to Jones. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 22, Wilson, left side complete to Lockett. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now a toss play. It's Carson. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Allen. This is Reese on the ground. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Singletary. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Allen's throw is complete, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Seahawks. So they fought half the battle here, but they're still down.
Plenty of work still left for them, but they delivered in the first step in their comeback attempt.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now.
Makes the score Bills 20, Seahawks 13.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Allen looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Moody. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Brings up second.
Singletary again. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Taken down by Bobby Wagner. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Throwing is Allen on third. The left side completion to Jones. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Allen now looks to throw. He's going to let this one go. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Here's Allen to throw it.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in. One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. On 3rd down, they go with Singletary, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now it's Lockett. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. So Wilson and the Seahawks down 23-20, a little over a minute and a half remaining. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back to throw.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And he finds Penny. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, Charles, a game and a decision that people may be talking about tomorrow for sure. Had a chance at a long field goal there at the end to try and tie it. They elect to not kick it, and they lose the game.
And I think what we'd all love to see is that little slip of paper that the special teams coach handed to head coach before the game that said, this is where our kicker is good from today. This is where he feels confident, because that might be the absolute mark that tells us, okay, maybe we have to run more offense because maybe he doesn't feel good about kicking it from this distance.
So for the Bills, the win is their 8th on the year. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.